Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
What 80? 49. What is that? We own them. Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Screenshot.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And his first look is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Second and 10.
Big 13. Big 13. 49. 49's a Mike. 49's a Mike. Hey, defense. Hey, defense.
And they go play action now. Burrow. Man open. That's Deebo Samuel. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
What is that? He's not going to get me. Mike's 49.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. This defense for the Steelers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
It's our time. Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9". 9 here. Check 9, check 9.
From the 38, Burrow. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Hey, can.
Burrow on third down. Completes it to Samuel. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
11. 59. All day.
They go play action with Burrow. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt, the All-Pro, in there to take him down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22.
Strip that ball. Hey, alert 48. Alert. Hey, we gonna mic the 48 right now. Let's go.
Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's caught by Galladay. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
Here we go.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And here comes Diggs. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Brandon, I won't go overboard here, but it looks like he's off to another nice start after what he did last week when he was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, obviously a great start to the season, doing it in week 1. He's one of those guys we maybe had pegged for a big year, showing out so far.
Now, you did say that to me in preseason. Looks like you're on target.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Check, check, 59. Rabbit, rabbit.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now Rudolph. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Returnable now for Allen. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here we go. 59. Mike is 59. Mike the field. Here we go. 180. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Check 25.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow eluding the pressure right. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Shift. Check. Fresno.
Now it's Burrow. Caught left side. It's Beckham. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
1st down, here's Burrow. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. In your face. Check it out, Reed. 11.
Here's Burrow. He finds his target, Beckham. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
55, Mike, guys, 55. Good. 12.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 12-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Check, 59.
After the interception, here's Rudolph. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. And McPherson on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Bengals 14. Steelers nothing.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And, you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
7 yards there on the first down screen play. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Check faster.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. He finds his man Johnson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, That's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Hey. Check 31, check 31.
11 mighty.
Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. We don't want this. Under 10.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Here we go. Cut.
Let's go, defense.
180.
It's our time.
What is that?
49. 49's a Mike. 49's a Mike. Quit talking about it.
11.
Check 3. Big edge.
11 MT, Tate. 11 MT. Cut.
Burrow on play action. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
Here I come. Safe.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
12.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Can.
Mike 48. Watch the screen.
Burrow looking to pass. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Kenny Galladay, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Steelers, nothing.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rudolph flushed out right. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Rudolph off the bootleg. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
At the Bengals 29-yard line.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They'll fake it. Now Rudolph. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he will have a Steelers first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. 18, pioneer. 57's
Rudolph looking to throw. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Rudolph. Throw left side, complete. That's Harris. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Let's put that team on the bus. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Let's make these babies cry.
Rudolph now to throw. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go.
They'll try to run with Harris, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on what should be the final play of the first half. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
These two coaching staffs likely going through their final adjustments for the second half. One of these teams is going to emerge 2-0. But who will it be? To find out, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Rudolph. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
Check, 59.
So don't say nothing.
This is Mixon on the draw. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Here we go, G.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. It's caught, Beckham. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
They're running it. Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
Another try after the first down sack. Rudolph. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Play action. It's Rudolph.
Here I come again.
Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Get set. Down. Let's go, defense. Ready. Let's on. Mike, check. 59.
Now Joe Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but looked better on that play.
You ain't got nothing. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Play action. It's Burrow. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Here we go. Check, 59. Right 80. Right hot. Mike's 5'9". Mike's 5'9". Here we go.
Now Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. escapes the defender. And he's got this down to the 35.
We played to win.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Tackles, tackles.
11 MT, 11 MT.
No.
From the gun, a give to Mixon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at about the 32. Back to throw here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Rudolph on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
70 Ranger. 57's Mike 57.
I don't even know why this thing.
On 1st and 10, Rudolph. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down near the 5. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. And think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now. And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
On 2.
55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. Let's go, D.
On 1st down, Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A solid stiff arm. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes this 35-0 now.
Steelers nothing.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
Fair catch. Made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Check 26, check 26.
They're going to run again with Snell. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. All day. All day.
Here we go on 4th. Rudolph escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
126 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
McPherson's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he'll go down at the 2-yard line. What a disaster there.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rudolph, complete. It's Johnson.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Rudolph. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Rudolph. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
57's a Mike. 18 Rattler. Let's go, D. Tighten up. 57's a Mike. Watch 57. Watch the play.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Snell on the shotgun handoff. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Snell yet again. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Trying to run for it with Snell. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Rudolph's throw hauled in by Washington.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now Rudolph on 1st down. Ebron caught left side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Watch 57. Here we go. 57's a Mike.
Here comes a 1st down throw from Rudolph. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. From the red zone now, Rudolph. To the right side to Eric Ebron. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Ball on the 7. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Done. Stop. 180. What is hot?
Mike's 59.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13.
Mike's 5'9". Mike's 5'9". Hey, here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll be out right at the 35.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Slam.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain.
Watch 55.
Here we go. 180.
Mike 55. Right there in the middle.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. That's complete to his tight end, Paulson.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
From midfield now, Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Cincinnati, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games.